In this Google Documents tutorial, tutorial 2, Learn and Apply, we are going to edit and format a Google document. And so let's go to Google Drive. And in order to edit a document, you need to actually have one. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and open up a document that already has content. So if you are typing or have typed, or as you're typing a document, you want to make changes to it, you'll notice that the formatting tools in Google Docs are very similar to those in other word processing programs you have probably used in the past. You can choose text style, font, size, and bold, etc. from the menu here. So you have the ability to center text, to justify text, to indent, add bullets, etc., all from this formatting menu. Let's just make a few changes to this document. I'm going to highlight this text and add a style. I would like a larger heading for this, so I'm going to choose heading 1. And that is just what I want. I'm going to tie up the space a little between. I'm very pleased with that. But what I'd like to do is change my entire document font. So I'm going to highlight the font, highlight all the text and choose a different font off the menu. Now you can go ahead and add more fonts if you don't have enough here to choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and change that font. And that's great. So let's justify text. Again, we'll highlight the text. And on the menu here, we can go ahead and choose justify. We can also add hyperlinks. So this is a perfect opportunity here. Let's say we want to hyperlink to Facebook. We highlight the word Facebook and we click on hyperlink or insert link. And we have this option you can change the text display, but you need to add the web address. So you could type the URL, which I don't recommend. What I do recommend is that you actually go to the URL of what you want to hyperlink to and grab that and then paste it in. And then click OK. All right, so now you have a hyperlink to Facebook. And now let's say you want to add an image. There's a variety of ways to add images to your page. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the options. I'm going to click here and I'm thinking I want to add an icon of Twitter. So I click on Insert and I choose Image. I have a variety of choices. I can upload from my computer, but I don't have any images of Twitter on my computer. I could take a snapshot. I could upload by URL. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to Google Image Search. So I'm going to go to google.com and I'm going to click on images so I can search images. And I'm looking for a Twitter picture. Now I could now go down to where's my options? Advanced search, I'm sorry. And I could look to see what's available, which probably are none for something like Twitter, but like free to use even commercially. So I click on advanced search and what do I get? Oh, well, this is free to use even commercially. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. So I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to copy the image URL. I'm going to go back to here and I'm going to click on insert image by URL. I'm going to Control V to paste the logo in, and then I'm going to click on select. And you can see it just appears in the middle of my document. But I want to align it or wrap it, with my text. So I click on the image and choose fixed position, and that will wrap it. And then I can move it and I can resize it until I'm pleased with how it's fitting in with the rest of my document. I was not so sure looking at that it's really fair for me to not cite this source. So always when in doubt, I'm going to go ahead and go to the original source of this page. and I'm at least going to cite the source of where I found this image. So I'm going to Control C the URL, and I'm going to go back to my essay, and I'm going to say image source, and I'm going to paste the URL in. And I'm going to make it tinier so it all fits nicely on my page. There we go. Okay, so now you have an image in there that you've added from the web, and as you can see, you can make it align with the text. The other thing I want to do perhaps is change my page margins, and you can go ahead and do this with the ruler. You can highlight text and change your margins, but you can also go to File, Page Setup. Here you can change your margins. So let's say I want my top and bottom to be 1.5, not 1. You can change the orientation. So I'm going to make this a landscape document. And if you always wanted, if you were the type of whatever you were doing with docs always required certain margins or certain orientation, you can choose to set as the default, and that way you don't have to go back and change it every time. But I don't want it to be that way, so I'm just going to simply click on OK. And so you can see what we've done so far is we've formatted text, we've added styles, we've added a hyperlink, we've inserted an image, and now we're ready to close out. But before we go, let's just show those math teachers out here that yes, Google Docs has a math editor, darn train, and you just click on Insert and you choose Equation, and then you just find the menu you want to choose from, and then you insert the symbol you want to include, and then you can go ahead and add numbers and things in the box as needed. So yes, there is a math editor built right in. And that's all there is to this tutorial on how to edit and do basic formatting in Google Documents.